I see y'all still talking, still chatting it up. How was lunch? Somebody said awesome. Okay, good. I actually didn't get a chance to eat yet, but trust me, I will be doing that as soon as I'm done for the day. Before we get started on our panel, our e-commerce panel, I want to do a quick little giveaway. Y'all want some merch? Y'all want some stuff? All right, let's do that. Okay, so the question is, who in the room, because I can only go by who's in the room, who has traveled the furthest? Who has come from the furthest away from Houston, Texas? Just name it out. Let's see. Canada, okay. California, Orlando's a little close. California.
Is it Kimberly? Canada? Which city? Two people from Toronto? Okay.
From there to here. Charlotte. Where?
Raleigh.
You already sitting down.
California. Boston. Toronto.
Nashville. Toronto. I think Toronto's the winter.
Is Toronto the winner?
Toronto. All right. Who is that? Are you going to walk it over to them?
Yeah.
Who was that, by the way?
Well, is it David? I know, you already got a bag. All right. You're welcome.
All right. Well, thank you, Toronto. Great place. Been there a few times. Great place. All right, so we're going to get back into our programming with our e-commerce panel. I really like the name of this session, by the way. I'm local, but my money is global.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
I'm going to have the pen and paper on this one. This session is sponsored by Microsoft's ERG Blacks at Microsoft. So thank you so much, Microsoft, for that sponsorship. Leading this panel today is going to be moderated by Willie Williams. He's the content developer at Microsoft, actually. So thank you once again for that sponsorship. Tiffany Townsend, the CEO of Ship Black. Joe Malone, the founder of Black Market LLC. And then Mario McCoy, the CEO of Incomparable. So please welcome our panel to the stage on e-commerce.
I ain't trying to fall. Y'all didn't see that. Y'all still with us? Yeah. And let me try that again. Y'all still with us? Yeah. All right. I'm going to start off by letting our panel of people introduce themselves. So we'll start with J.O., and then I'll introduce myself, and we'll get right into it.
Testing. What's up, people? How y'all doing today? Y'all feeling good? I ain't been on the mic in a minute, so I'm gonna do a little, no, I'm messing with you. My name is J.O. Malone. I am the founder and owner of Black Market, BLCK, right here in Houston, Texas. I see a couple of my people in here to help me build this business. There's a lot of love in the building. And we have the largest bi-monthly marketplace in the nation. We just signed on a new location yesterday morning. I'm about to go pick up the keys after I leave here, 20,000 square feet space. Right next to the House of Blues, so come check us out. And we have our brick and mortar location right here in the Pearland Town Center, about 15 minutes south of Houston, where you are now. All right.
How can I follow that? Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Y'all hear me? Y'all good? Y'all hear me? Greetings and good vibes. I'm Dr. Mario McCoy, CEO, founder, taxpayer of Incomparable Watches, Eyewear, and Accessories. We are one of the only Black doctor-owned watches and eyewear accessories in the whole entire country, located right here in Houston, Texas. And we've been featured in GQ, Forbes, all that good stuff. And I just wanted to make sure that I came here, gave a little bit of game, a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of dope vibes about our road, about our growth, about the challenge that we face. So any particular questions, any particular things that y'all have, just feel free to let us know. Appreciate you.
Hello. Happy Thursday. We got to bring a little woman power to the stage. Happy Thursday. My name is Tiffany Townsend. I am the founder of Ship Black and Ship Black University. We help e-commerce brands keep their numbers out of the red and in the black. We actually educate and elevate e-commerce brands by making them more aware of e-commerce, the metrics that's tied into a successful e-commerce brand if you have a product. We're here in Houston. We have a 10,000 square foot warehouse right off of Harwin Drive, so we're centrally located, and we're helping e-commerce brands globally make ship happen.
All right now, and I will introduce yourself as the moderator. My name is Willie Williams. I'm a content developer at Microsoft, as well as the vice chair for Blacks at Microsoft. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here with this dynamic group of people, so we're gonna jump right into it, right? So the first question I have for the panel is, with the increasing popularity of mobile shopping, what are the significant considerations for e-commerce businesses in terms of optimizing their websites or apps for mobile devices?
Ooh.
That's a long one.
With mobile shopping, particularly for e-commerce and incomparable, it's less about the brand, but more about everybody in the audience. More about the convenience, more about the website speed. Who goes on the website and it takes too long to load? You got that loading circle that goes and you be like, nah, I'm finna go to whatever else I need to go shop at. All of that takes into account of your website shipping speed, your website loading speed. It is giving y'all just a dope experience just on our website, just in e-commerce in general, because the faster you have your speeds, everything that you have with your paying fors, with your Sezzles, with your Klarnas, and all that good stuff, all of those things play into your shopping experience. All of those things play into your convenience. So that mobile shopping experience is definitely important, because over 82% of online shoppers, period, shop from their cell phones or tablets. So all of that plays into consideration.
Anybody else want to jump in?
No, just from my end, what I advise my e-commerce businesses, when you're looking at the optimizations and looking at the statistics of your site, look at your empty carts. Look at that rate and see what needs to be done there. If you have, if your rates are high there, then you may need to see a mailing solution specialist. Your pricing may be off, your shipping may be off. It's something to where you have a lot of empty carts. They're getting all the way to the checkouts, and then they're abandoning the carts. So look at those stats on your marketplace. Look at them. That's going to tell you, you know, where those holes are in your business.
They said it. That's pretty much it. It's really paying attention, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of times we put something online and we think it's dope, right? It's dope in our hands. It's dope when I'm at a pop-up. But when you get on the website, sometimes we just don't pay attention anymore. And just staying focused on, hey, the little things, and being super anal about it, because that's how you're successful in business. You have to be over the top and just checking those small things, and knowing how to get to them on your website, knowing your website, and understanding what questions to ask if you have an administrator doing that work.
All right. So real quick, we're going to take just a quick shift to the customer focus of things. So just some quick little facts about Black buying power and what we have, right? As a people and as a culture of people, we do 48% of the shopping online. We do 48% of the shopping, and out of that 48%, we range anywhere from over $1.5 trillion. So just to look at our customers for a second, right? What role does data analytics and customer insights play in driving growth and personalization in your businesses?
It's a great question. Data plays a great role. I want everybody in this room to look to the left of you and look to the right of you. Everybody is kind of within the 20 to 25 year, I'm estimating, age gap. So what that tends to do as far as us for e-commerce brand owners, as far as CEOs that have online stores and whatnot, we have to know who's buying our product. We have to know what you wear. We have to know what your interests are. We have to know what your behaviors are as far as your online shopping behavior. There is a gentleman that mentioned earlier, there's 6 to 7 different touch points regarding if a person's gonna make a website purchase from you or not, especially if they don't know your business, right? So that comes from email, SMS, Facebook ads, Google ads, all of that stuff. All of that stuff comes into play, and all of that stuff adds into data, because the more that you have those things, the more that you're able to ensure that your brand is that much more trustworthy than your particular competitors. All of that plays into data.
Yeah, so when you talk about, it's everything. Knowing their first name, last name, to personalize those emails and those text blasts are important. Having those phone numbers, if you can even have a zip code so you can see where these people live, and so you can be more relatable to what they're going through every day, right? Collecting that data, I got a trick, my little trick is my events, right? My events are gonna be free because I'm really trying to collect your data at my events. I'm trying to collect your information, all those things I just said. And then I'm gonna take that information, I'm gonna send you to my next venture, right? I'm gonna send you to my retail store, I'm gonna send you to our online store. So I'm gonna figure out how to do sales, how to do different deals to collect that data. And so it's the most important thing. How can you as a business owner connect with your customer 24 hours a day if possible? Right. Whether it's social media, all that. Social media is cool and having a great following is cool. But how I want you to see me on social, see me active, but then I also want to hit you in your email, right, on your computer screen. But then I want to hit you on your phone through a text blast. I want to be a part of your life, and that data is the most important thing trying to connect. Because if I can get you interested in what my business is, Black culture, and how to scale Black business, how to actually use our dollars and keep it in our community. But then I can also get you to listen to this song, right? I can break an artist. I can open up a Black grocery store. I can open up a Black town center or mall and do those things with that data. But if I don't have that data, I only got followers on TikTok and Instagram, and some of y'all on Facebook, because some of y'all are a little older than the 25 Mario said.
Age gap.
He said age
I
gap.
said age
Oh, my
gap.
bad, my
so
bad.
y'all don't feel offended. I said age
Yeah,
gap.
y'all know what he said. The camera right there. But it is the most important thing. A lot of times I have leverage walking into, people say malls are dead. I know it's an e-commerce platform, but building your audience online can give you leverage in these brick and mortar locations. A lot of times my e-blast, my SMS data is a lot larger than the malls that I walk in. And so if they say, oh, we have an email list of 5,000, I'm like, okay, I got 30,000. Right. So I can bring more attention and awareness to you than you. So let's make a deal, right? And so that data that you get online, where we can get people from Toronto, right? Toronto in the house, Toronto, woo! All the way from Canada and different places. I can bring these people to you and make this a destination spot. So data is everything.
Yeah, and just to piggyback off of that, customer behaviors is so important for you to learn your customer behavior. A couple of brands that I have, for some reason, they get about 90% of their sales like after midnight. Right. I don't know why they're looking for that particular item late at night, but we started targeting, and I started making them aware of that. So they would send email blasts late and do a 15% off sales for those people because they know they're online shopping. So it's really important for you to understand your customer behavior as well, so that you can use that information to your benefit when you're targeting that audience.
All right. And I think J.O. pointed out something great about being global and going into new markets. I just want to pivot into that part, right? Because the theme of this panel is you're local, but your money is global. So when you talk about being global and expanding globally, what are some factors that you should factor in when venturing into those markets? Anybody can take a stab.
You got it. With Incomparable being in over 15 countries and counting, one of the main things that we do as a company is we become more sensitive to countries' culture. It's certain things that marketing-wise would appeal more to people in Toronto, because I have a dope brand ambassador in Toronto, so big shout out to Toronto, big shout out, that us in the US we may get later. Same thing goes for Italy, same thing goes for France, Chile, and forgive me if I enunciated that wrong. All of those things come into play. So just being sensitive and aiming to be educated as far as what's going to appeal to their market. With Incomparable, we focus on being a modern minimalist brand. So that really hits hard in people that live outside the U.S., like in Switzerland and whatnot, because that's what they really gravitate to as far as their fashion. So again, with the point that I mentioned earlier, just knowing what your customers wear, what their interests are, all of those things are a global thing, because not everybody likes certain things that we have to do, that we have to wear in the U.S. and stuff like that. So all of that plays a role. Go ahead.
Yeah, and definitely from the marketplace point of view, getting on a marketplace that is global. You know, Shopify has some global market, Amazon, different marketplaces, they're doing the work for you. They already have that international, that global piece. And so if your product and you have a specific culture that you want to target, do your research, jump on a marketplace that aims at your target, and they're doing the work for you. They already have everything laid out. And don't be afraid. And I don't want to reverse, but I meant to add that when we're talking about the analytics and things, people actually pay for what they want. They pay postage on what they want. They will pay overnight postage for a $10 item, and the postage may be $50 because they want that item overnight. People will pay for it. They will do it. So if you have an e-commerce brand, please let me give you the confidence to add your shipping at a comfortable price, because people will pay for what they want. Period.
That's so important. That's so important.
So just to get a little background, I'm more of an in-your-face person, right? But the reason I'm on this panel is because during the pandemic, you know, we didn't know if we were going to be able to see each other face-to-face like this. And so I tried to get ahead of the game, because I wanted to open up my retail store, and then the world shut down and everybody was at home playing video games, right? And so first thing I did was call my guy Mike Todd, graphic designer. Put your hand up, Mike. You in the building. Make sure my graphics and everything, my brand identity was right. Then I had to figure out to get a web developer, because things was going down, right? Mask was on, going to the grocery store. I had to hit up my girl Dana. Dana in the building, web developer. If you need her, go ahead, call her. Come on now, BID, we in here. And we started up a plan to get this e-commerce platform created from the perspective of, we want it to be the Black Amazon, right? A one-stop shop where people can go to, put their products up, sell their products, get 100% of their sales, and then be able to pay a monthly subscription fee. That's it, all right? And I did that, and there was a lot of things that I saw that was happening. A lot of failures was happening from these different small businesses. The platform was there. Everything was set up and ready for them to go. But just very similar to like our retail store is, you can't expect to put your products on a site or on a shelf and think it's gonna sell by itself. You still have to do the work to brand and market those things. And so I think the challenge was, and it's gonna sound bad, because I've said it before, when you're creating these type of sites for other people, or these other platforms for other people, you're not getting the best people to be on these platforms, because if you were getting the best, they wouldn't need you, okay? They'll just sell it from their own platform. They don't, right? So you're getting B and C, people who need a little extra. Maybe the product needs to be a little better. Maybe the marketing needs to be a little better. And so we saw that, and we learned from it. And for me, if you talk to me, I'm gonna tell you about how many times I failed first, and tell you how I got there, okay? And so what I do now is everything is in reverse. I take what we learned from e-commerce platforms, social media, and I do it in reverse, because I feel like we still haven't got the basics right. So I take the analytics and the data, and I get people from all around the world to come to Houston to start with a 6-foot table. and sell their products. And then I get them into, from there, okay, you can sell face-to-face, but can you sell that same product without you being there? Let's work on your brand identity. Let's get you in a retail store. And then the third step is the e-commerce, right? How can we sell this product without you being there in the store, but online? And there's steps to it. And then you just gotta figure out how much work you actually wanna do and put into it as a business owner. You come up with an idea, everybody got them, right? But how hard do you actually work to make this into something that you are paying for your lifestyle, your kids, your mortgage? And a lot of people aren't doing that. It's a lot of clout chasing that is happening. And it's so easy to, so easy to put something out there and everybody gets you a pat on the back and you say, well, does this look like success? But my bank account is not matching. And I'm still in the red. I haven't actually made anything, but everybody loves me. So do I keep on faking it till I make it, or do I actually put in the work? And you have to take a look at yourself when it comes to those things to actually make an impact, not only on other people, because that's what sounds good. I'm here to make an impact on everybody here in the community. But what about you and yourself and your family and your mom and your dad? And what are you doing, the work that you're doing to actually get yourself to the next level financially, mentally, spiritually, whatever you need to go day to day to impact your community in a real way by servicing others?
Yeah, you said something there, which is key, and I think that any e-commerce brands in the building, when he said, how can we sell it without you present? You know, it's online, glamorous a lot of times with people sitting in their kitchen or in their garage or what have you, filling their orders, but what can be done without you? That's the key to going global. That's the key to going, being on Target shelves. You're not gonna be standing with a 6-foot table in Target selling your item, so you have to outsource. You have to relinquish the rights to your child, and it's hard sometimes because you put your blood, sweat, and tears in it. But when we talk about, and what this panel is for, is how do you go global? How do you take that e-commerce brand to the next level? And what type of keys and tips that we can give you? And just what he said, what can be done without you? Now you get online and you do the work. Now you do the marketing. Now you get one of these great creators that's in this room to help you with marketing strategies to get your sales up. So definitely taking your hands off of it, to me, is the best way to let a bird fly.
Can I add one thing to that? An important piece was mentioned earlier, and I just want to double down on the point for all my e-commerce brand owners, all my CEOs. Authenticity is definitely important online. Authenticity is definitely important in person. Authenticity is definitely important when you're building relationships. Authenticity builds that trust that Tiffany just mentioned and that JL just mentioned, as far as can my product stand alone without me being there? Like, to give you like a bit of a backdrop, and I started Incomparable. For the first 3 years, I was in black market. I did every single pop-up for 3 years straight, and I had a plan with that. And with that plan, I made sure that I expanded globally, online, and had my own website on top of people being able to see me in person, because it wasn't too many black-owned watch companies in 2018, 2019, just period. So people might have thought that, oh, you're selling inferior product, or will my wrist turn green, or all of this. So I would hear all of that. It was trash. I was mad as fuck on the inside. So when I would get that, and sometimes it would come at his event. It wouldn't be his fault, but people would come up, but it would be something that people weren't used to. So when people started to see us in the GQ, in the Forbes, in Vogue, Influencer magazine, they're like, okay, this is the same person that I just saw at Black Market. Now he got this commercial with Shark Tank, so now my trust in this company is building. So I can go on this website, and I can go and buy these things, and I can have my add to carts and come on back and make sure that I'm proud to wear this Incomparable now, not just I'm buying it's just a support and I ain't gonna never wear it because it's just gonna be a gift. It's just gonna sit in the bag in my own good deed. Like, we don't want to do that. Right. So making sure that we have all of those steps in place, that reaches people globally, because people connect to your story. Like people connected, me being a college dropout, then becoming a doctor, and being able to have my mom actually inspired me to actually want to start my own watch company to begin with. So being able to infuse those things authentically online and build those relationships with people that's positive, that's what makes people want to spend money with you. That's what makes people want to, when they see that you're pure and your intentions are good, when they see that your business acumen is always up to par, and when they're able to see that you're looking to educate yourself constantly in your business. It does not stop if you reach a certain plateau. It don't stop once you get that dope building by the House of Blues. All of that, because you have to learn to get to that point. You have to take those L's, like J.O. just mentioned, to get to that point. It's plenty failures that come in e-commerce. You just see the wins. You just see the wins. So I just wanted to add that. My bad if I don't want to go.
I wear his watches every day too, by
I
the way.
appreciate that.
You know, he didn't know I had it on. Bought my wife one. Like, you got to support, right? One quick thing. Don't get big-headed because you popping online.
Nah.
Don't get big-headed because you got a brick-and-mortar location. You still have to do the work outside of that. It happens all the time. Came out of another meeting with brick-and-mortar owners at the town center, and hey, they saying, hey, we have a pavilion, we want to do an event, can you pop up your tent? And they are reluctant to do it because they're like, hey, I have a building now I don't have to be seen doing little pop-ups. But it's important to go out and acquire that customer too, because not everybody is online, not everybody can afford a computer, not everybody can afford a phone, not everybody can afford Wi-Fi, and sometimes we forget about those things. And that might be leading into your next part. There you go.
That's definitely leading to my next part. Well, before we get there, I do want to talk about what are some misconceptions about what people have about what it takes to truly be successful in e-commerce.
That it's gonna come overnight. That just because you have an online store, that all of a sudden you should get a gang of sales and be in the black. Just because you have one particular partnership or you've been seen in one or two particular places, that, like J.O. said, you don't have to consistently do the work, because we're in a vacuum era where you can be here today and forgotten about an hour later, because all of your competition is looking to do the same thing that you do, if not even better. They take notes. Success always leaves clues. So with knowing these things, with those common misconceptions and all of that, just keep that in mind. You have to hustle like nobody has ever bought anything from you every day. No matter what awards you win, no matter what placements you get, no matter how much money you make, no matter how many people work for you, no matter how much global impact that comes for you. Because the more notoriety that comes with your growth, the more people are gonna take pride in taking you down. And they're gonna do it in an anonymous tip. So, but they're gonna watch you. Whoever has an e-commerce brand, whoever has a website in this room right now, you don't think somebody's watching you. As far as you growing, they watching you. They watching, whether it's positive or negative. So just definitely take that to your brain. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've said it, and I will keep saying it forever. Shipping is not free. That is a common misconception. And I'm saying it because I've seen so many brands come to me in the red because they're offering free shipping, or because they're offering $5 shipping. But to ship your product isn't $5, so why are you doing $5 shipping? I'm not seeing too much of it, so it's embedded into me to keep saying it, and to keep, when you have an item and you say, oh, I want this item and I want to sell it for $10, is your shipping in there anywhere? You know, if it's not, you need to charge for shipping. And I have to keep saying it because I'm telling you, everyone don't get it. And a lot of brands fail. And they have great products, but they don't understand the math. They don't understand the metrics. And so that's the biggest misconception that I've seen, is the shipping component. Making sure that you have the right packaging. Make sure you're not using a large box. Make sure you're using a smaller box. Or you may not need a box at all. You may just need a bag. You know, understanding those things so that you can maximize your shipping, right? That's the biggest misconception that I've seen working with brands just worldwide, is that they don't have that piece.
Yeah, the money feels free when you get it like that. Don't it feel free? Like you get all that money in the bank. It's like I didn't really have to work hard for it, and so you still got to pay your taxes on it. And a lot of times we don't think about that. It's like, okay, we got this money, It came in online. I done shipped it out. It's here. I don't have to do nothing else. It's free. It's not. It wasn't like money was. It wasn't hand to hand. So still going through the due diligence of having a CPA and paying your taxes. So you don't have to take 2-3 years trying to fight the IRS and you're gonna lose with your e-commerce money. And then just success in general, being successful in general is just like, how much work are you putting into it? Are you actually working hard? We all have the same 24 hours. Are you really into your system and figuring out how this is gonna work for you? And off the shipping thing, simply, you're not Amazon. I'm not Amazon.
No, we're not.
We can't offer free shipping.
Can't offer.
And sometimes we try to compare ourselves to people and cultures who have this funding that does not exist for us.
Absolutely.
And so we're already working from the red.
Absolutely.
And then we're trying to do things like them. And then our community and our shoppers expect us to be like that.
Absolutely.
And it's only our fault because we said we were the Black Amazon, right? And so we're gonna compare you like that. You say, hey, you got a burger joint, and you like just like McDonald's, but it's more spicy. They gonna compare you to McDonald's, okay? And so it has to be levels to it. We want to be great overnight with all the tools that we have, but just take your time and reach those levels, celebrate those things, and then keep moving. Be consistent. Be here for 30 years, not just smoke.
Can I ask something real quick, Dad, before we go to the next one?
No,
With shipping, y'all both made valiant points. For all of my e-commerce owners that sell physical products that sit here, a trick that will work for you is increasing your pricing and including your shipping in your pricing. So if you tell people that your shipping is free, technically it's free, but you can just increase your pricing $7 to $10. So just whatever just makes it comfortable. But what you want to make sure that you do is that you add your price for your shipping, you add your price for what you pay for your shipping product. So that means your packaging, that means the boxes, that means you include all of that into the final price of your product, whether it's cost of goods sold, whatever margins you want to have, whether I recommend 80% on up, and go from there when it comes to your shipping, because the words free shipping is going to automatically entice your potential buyer, but once they see, okay, your pricing is $219 for something, and then somebody else's, your competitors might be $229 or $239, but they charge for shipping. You see that difference, so you're able to play around with your pricing that way. So once you do that, you'll be in a decent space.
all right. I don't know about y'all, but I took one thing away from that, and I like how Tiffany said shipping isn't free, right? But I'm gonna be like somebody black mama. Let's say it together. Shipping ain't free.
Ain't free.
Shipping ain't free.
Shipping ain't free.
No, I want y'all to say it with me. Shipping ain't free.
Shipping ain't free.
All right.
That's the only way they're gonna get it.
All right now.
It ain't.
It ain't free.
It ain't. When it get to that dollar, it ain't.
Because listen, I'm one of those people. If something costs $10 and it take me $40 to get it here overnight, I'm gonna pay it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay it. So I definitely agree with what you're saying. Segue just a little bit, right? Because I think we talked about how e-commerce and brick and mortar, right? Let's just go back over that to a little bit. In what ways has e-commerce disrupted the supply chain and logistic process in the retail industry? That's a loaded one.
That's a load. Can you repeat that one more time?
In what ways has e-commerce disrupted the supply chain and logistics process in the retail industry?
Ordering early. One thing that I strongly recommend for clients that I do business coaching and things for to alleviate themselves from this particular problem is give yourself a window just when it comes to anything supply chain, no matter what manufacturers or whatever that you work with. If they're overseas or in the U.S. or anything that can come a problem with mail-in or receiving your packaging if somebody isn't there, whatever the case may be, prepare for the worst when it comes to that particular component. What we've learned from COVID, from everything post-COVID, people across the country are still going through COVID. People across the globe are still going through COVID. So All of that plays a role with supply chain disruption, with manufacturing disruption, with connecting with potential manufacturers to build a relationship for your product. All of that plays a role as far as that potential disruption and how to avoid it. I always tell clients to definitely just give yourself a window just when it comes to anything with your shipping. If you're restocking anything, if you're coming out with a new product, because the worst thing that you want to do is say that you have a product come on a specific day and then you got to delay it 3 months because supply chain. Especially if it's something that you've been waiting on, if it's something that you have, if you have a gift that you got to get for somebody or whatever the case may be, then you find out that said brand can't ship it to you until August, and it's out of their control. So that's something to definitely look at.
I kind of want to speak to it on the back end as far as a disruption. When you think of people not going into brick and mortars as much and not going into the retail stores, you think about, what the pandemic done. And I'm going to bring up my BOPIS, buy online, pick up in store. It's disrupted a whole lot of the way people shop. After work, passing by H-E-B, the line is like around the back, and I'm like, what is going on here? Is it free gas? No, it's everybody getting off from work and picking up their groceries and then going home. And so a lot of people, even though we're not in COVID, has adapted to those ways. And so when you think of a disruption, that BOPIS, the door, the DoorDash or the on-door delivery, people have just gotten spoiled. And the convenience factor really, to me, has disrupted a lot of the retail plays. And so then now you have to make sure that now your retail actually matches that. And whether you know it or not, H-E-B, Walmart, everybody now has fulfillment centers when everybody used to have distribution centers. It's a difference between distribution center and fulfillment center. I run a fulfillment center. I'm not a distribution hub, okay? And so people are opening up, or big retailers, big retailers are opening up more fulfillment centers because now they're more of the distribution is B2B because they're going to other businesses of theirs, other Walmart stores, H-E-Bs. Now they're having to pivot and go direct to consumer. So that's a disruption factor that I wanted to speak on, that is real. And if you have a retail or brick and mortar, you gotta have to kind of adopt some of those things in so that you can be competitive. And so they won't say, I'm just gonna go to Amazon. I'm just gonna go to this other site and get it because I can actually get it at my door and I don't have to go to the store. Or I can order it early and pick it up by the time I get off from work at 6. All I have to do is go through the line and drop it in my trunk and, and go home. So that's the disruption piece that I want to speak just on the other side of it.
Yeah, it killed us. That's it, right? Everybody say retail is dead, the malls are dead. They are. And if you go to your favorite mall when you were a kid, there's gonna be a lot of vacancies, right? It's gonna be empty. And so how do you survive that? I mean, how do you survive COVID when everything shuts down? All entrepreneurs in here, and you have to figure it out. You have to get creative, right? And my retail concept is different from everybody else's retail concept in the mall that I'm in. And which means my contract was 93 pages long to get in, and it was the hardest thing to do, bringing this, not only a black-owned business, but I'm bringing the whole thing with me. I'm about to bring 400 black-owned brands into your predominantly white community, right? And it has killed the retail situations. So that means it's some negatives and there's positives in that. You're not gonna get as much natural foot traffic happening. So your revenue is gonna be down. And so you have to make it an event almost, a destination.
Oh, yeah, I do.
And that's where we've been blessed with because we come from the events world. So we're able to, okay, here's retail. Let's create the structure and the foundation. But we need to make it look good. My brand identity needs to be consistent. The colors need to be popping. When you come into our store, not only are you coming to our store to shop, but you're coming to our store because it's almost like it's a museum. It's a one-of-a-kind store. So I want to take a photo here. I want to do a reel here. You encourage people to experience the store, but we also have the quality products that you want and need. And so, not just like it has always been for us, we have to be the very best, okay? Either you are a national retailer, like a Dillard's, Macy's, Dick's Sporting Goods, or you are a local independent retailer, and you gotta have something special about you, or you will die. Because there's too many people who wanna shop online and just chill at the house, like y'all are saying. It's too convenient. So in order for me to get you up out the house, I gotta say, baby girl, you gonna have to try this on before you order that, right? Come on to the Black Market. We got a fitting room right here. We're gonna make you feel good. We might have to bring some mimosas out the back. You know, we don't do that, but if you gonna come, we will. But you gotta create that energy for people to get up out their house, get in their car, put miles on that car, put gas in that car, have to mess with the people driving because they ain't acting right today. It's raining. Oh, it's dead when it's raining. Nobody's coming. But you have to make it an experience. And I think that you understanding your data, your demographic, knowing who you're targeting, and knowing what that person is and what it takes for them to pull them out the house and have a commercial that's saying, get up off that couch. You don't want to be there. Come and see us. It's some fine people working behind that register. You want to come and see them and talk to them and have a conversation. You know, you got to do something to get them out. And that's the only way you can survive this whole experience until something changes, like us owning the actual buildings and recreating Black Wall Street and recreating what this is. And so we can have true ownership in these things. Because a lot of times, like I said, we faking it, we leasing it, we not doing everything that we need to do. So we need to own the websites, and we need to own the land and the property to build these things on, because we have more than enough talent and companies to do that.
Yeah,
All right,
I
and-
just wanted to tell you, when I come to your store, it's still a convenient factor. When I come there and shop, I shop the brands that I don't get a chance to go to the pop-up, and I'm busy that Saturday or whatever, but I'm not so pressed about it because I can still run to the store and get it. So it's still a convenience factor there, is I don't have to go to the market to get it. I can just run by the store, and get that item. And so when I get there, then it's always the wow factor. What other new brands are there? And then what is this particular brands that I like getting, my cream, my cocoa butter, like,
We got the shea butter.
we got the shea butter.
We got the African shea butter, all different flavors.
Seeing what other items did this brand come up with now? And so I got everything that I have on there, comes from some individuals at your store. I love shopping there. I love supporting, and I don't have to go to the pop-up. And so it's still the convenient factor still work, in a way for me.
In
Going to
a
the brick and
different
mortar
way.
works. Yeah, it works in a different way
Yeah.
that I don't have to go to the market.
And that's what I believe in, and kind of in reverse. While everybody is online, what we're trying to do is still make that personal connection. Because what you see in the world, they're not really talking about us, okay? I'm not talking about the minority group. They're not talking about you with everything that's booming and stuff. They still talk about us as we are less than and don't have the things that we need. And so if you look at it from that perspective, it's like, okay, in this field of retail or even events, have we done our best in these areas? What can we do to expand and grow it to where this entire block is minority owned, Black owned, things that are targeting our culture and the things that we actually need, skin care, hair care, things that go into our body that are made for us to live a better lifestyle in our communities. And so it's kind of like, why are we trying to skip all these stages, trying to be like somebody else when they've been telling us our whole lives we are not? And so I appreciate that.
All right, and real quick, because they gave me my 1 minute warning 3 minutes ago. But they were dropping gems, so let's give it up for this great dynamic group of speakers. And you can see them on the side if you want to speak to them. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. You can go to blackmarket.com. That's BLCKmarket.com. You can also follow us on Instagram at Shop Black. That's Shop BLCK. And our retail store is Black Market Retail. Don't follow me, follow my company. Thank you, guys.
Y'all better get y'all's off, stop playing.
All marketers, all marketing, we do have a new collab in Houston, Black woman-owned collab space, Collab 323, COLLAB 323. We will be opening. I'll get the keys today. We're all going to do some stuff. I'll pick up the keys today. That space will be gone. So check us out for all of your marketing needs.
Incomparable is spelled NCMPRBL. Don't be regular, be incomparable. Y'all can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all that good stuff. Our handle is Incomparable Life. That's NCMPRBL LIFE. Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. And our website is incomparable.com. Feel free to visit and vibe. Join in, crowd. Appreciate y'all. We're glad to give y'all this dope value on purpose. And to Michelle and everybody, Willie and everybody, thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Thank you for that panel. And thank you, Willie, for that moderating. Great job, especially keeping up with the time. Appreciate that.